Yep, so just proving popular at the moment now. That the Biden administration has been really, the US has been hoovering up investments. Many of our viewers would be aware their manufacturing policy, or it's called the Inflation Reduction Act. Sounds technical, but basically it really boosts manufacturing and clean energy. Are the measures you've announced tonight enough to keep investment here?
Yeah, we've got our own advantages and we want to capitalise on that. We want to maximise our advantages in this defining decade, and the thing that will play a huge role in whether we succeed or fail in the coming decade is whether or not we can make the most of this transformational opportunity that comes with net zero. And like all countries around the world, we're watching what the Americans are doing and we're working out how we can be beneficiaries, not victims, of that massive amount of investment that's going in the US. So tonight's $2 billion hydrogen head start is about working out where we fit in the global supply chains. Hydrogen is a big opportunity for Australia.
Is it still unproven though?
No, I mean, the technology is terrific, and what we need to do is to need to make sure that we're making the most of our comparative advantages in technology, in a whole bunch of other things which make us more competitive than we would otherwise be. And the budget really, as a central part of our growth plans in the budget, is cleaner and cheaper energy, the industrial and economic opportunities that come from that, and hydrogen's an important one of those.
A centrepiece of the budget, as you put it, Labor delivering the largest increase to the bulk billing incentive.
Yeah.
It's 3 times actually for some cohorts.
Yeah.
Is it enough though to rescue bulk billing, which is really not in a great state?
Yeah, I think bulk billing and Medicare is probably in the worst shape that it's been in since its inception. And we care deeply about that. We want people to be able to find bulk billing doctors so that they report when they're sick and so that they can get well. And one of the big things that's worried us is the way that that Medicare is in trouble. So we've got more than $5 billion in strengthening Medicare broadly. A big part of that is $3.5 billion to triple the bulk billing incentive. We want more doctors bulk billing in the bush and in the suburbs and in the cities, and this bulk billing incentive will make a difference.
Budgets are more than just economic documents, they're strategic too. $1.9 billion over 5 years for our Pacific neighbours. Does that get the relationship between Australia and our near neighbours back on an even keel?
Well, it remains to be seen.
Will it be enough to do that?
Well, it'll be a crucial investment in that objective. You know, we want to be good neighbours, and our region is increasingly important. And we want our near neighbourhood to be peaceful and prosperous and stable and secure. And we've got a role to play in that. The budget reflects that. I think Australians understand how important our Pacific brothers and sisters are as the world becomes more complex, and the investments in the budget tonight recognise that.
Some suggestion, I know the opposition will say this is inflationary, is part of the reason why it's not going to be inflationary because you've also seen the $11 billion low and middle income tax offset. That's gone, so that's out in terms of government spending. Does that counterbalance the spending that you have made?
The reason that's not part of it is because that was last year that ended. The former government ended that. We didn't restart it. That's been factored into last year. The key reason why this budget is carefully calibrated to address cost of living pressures rather than add to inflation is because we've worked out where the cost of living pressures are the most acute: out-of-pocket health costs, energy and rent, and we've provided some responsible assistance in each of those areas to put downward pressure on prices.